Hello students, welcome to this session. In this session, we are going to deal with the basic blocks and flow graphs. Now you may have a question, what is a basic block? So it is a block which consists a set of instructions which are going to be executed in a sequential order. There is no conditional or unconditional jump statements, okay, and there must be only single entry and single exit. That means if the control flow is entered into this particular block, it has to execute the first instruction. After completion of the first instruction, it must execute the second one, then third, then fourth, then five, until the last instruction. If the last instruction is executed successfully, then it must exit from the loop and or exit from this block, or it may goes to the next block or next instruction. Okay, so this is the basic concept for basic blocks. Here the n number of instructions are executed in a sequential way. This is the first point. Come to the second one. A basic block does not consist conditional jumps or unconditional jumps. So now the question, what is a conditional jump? Like if, else, switch, or while, these type of statements. All these are comes under conditional jumps. Come to the unconditional jumps, go to break, continue, exit. So these are comes under unconditional jump. So the basic block does not consist this conditional or unconditional jumping statements in the middle of the block. These statements may appear at the first line or last line. Please remember this point. The conditional jump may or unconditional jump may exist at the first line or the last line. That means the first instruction or the last instruction of the basic block. Okay, next, there must be only one entry point and one exit point. Okay, and all this code existed in the basic block must be in the form of 3 address code. We know that this 3 address code is one form of intermediate code, and this 3 address code furtherly can be divided into quadruples, triples, or indirect triples. That means we can represent these 3 address code in 3 different forms. So the basic is 3 address code. Okay, so this particular block, what are the instructions existing in this particular block must be in the form of 3 address code. If the instructions or the program is not in the 3 address code, we have to convert it into 3 address code, then only we can perform the basic blocks, or we can divide the particular code into basic blocks. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about what is the algorithm for designing of the basic blocks, or what is the algorithm used to break the entire program and which constructs it into basic blocks. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the algorithm which is used to construct the basic blocks. That means which is going to divide the given program into basic block. The first one is identify the leader. So this is the major point. In the given source code or in the given 3 address code, we have to find the leader. So who can be a leader? The first instruction of the program is a leader. Okay, suppose if the code is like T1 equal to some A plus B, T2 equal to A star B, T3 equal to go to T4, T4 equal to some A cross B, T5 equal to some A minus B. Let us say this is my sample code. So according to the first point, first instruction is a leader. So this is my leader. Okay, now come to the second point. The target of the conditional or unconditional jump is a leader. We already discussed what is a conditional statement and what is a unconditional statement. So you can find here, go to T4. So obviously let us say this is T5 and T6 equal to some B minus C, T7 equal to 2 into 3. Let us say this is my sample code. Come to the first one. The first point is first instruction is a leader. In this entire code, here this is my first instruction. So this is treated as a leader. Now come to the second point. The target of the conditional or unconditional jump statement is a leader. Here we can find a conditional or unconditional statement. Go to T5. That means T5 is my new leader. Okay, next come to the third one. The statement following the conditional or unconditional jump is a leader. Here this is the unconditional jump statement. So the statement or the instruction which is following this one is T4. This also a leader. So there are 3 leaders here. So now my task is I have to divide this into basic block. So how we can decide? Already we said there must be a one entry and one exit. Okay, and the conditional or unconditional statement must be the start or last instruction, first or last instruction. So I can write this is my block 1. Okay, this is my block 1. Then come to here. Here we find this is a leader, this is a leader. According to this first point, first instruction is a leader. So this is a leader. And again I found some leader here. Okay, so this only instruction comes under block 2. Now here you can find a leader. If there is a leader, that means that is the first instruction of the block. So I am dividing this block into B3. So some 3 address code is taken. Thus from the sample 3 address code, first I found the leaders depend upon the algorithm. After finding the leaders, I am going to divide the entire code into some blocks where every block consists the first instruction as its leader, and if conditional or unconditional statements are there, there must be present at the end of the block or at the starting of the block. Okay, so this is the basic block notation for the given 3 address code. Now the question, what is a flow graph? Okay, so it is a denoted graph which denotes the flow of control between these basic blocks. Okay, so after dividing this entire code into, or the sample code into the basic blocks, now I want to construct the flow graph for it. So what is a flow graph? Flow graph is a directed graph which represents or which shows the flow of control between these basic blocks. Now come to here, we can find T3 equal to go to T5. That means I have to move to this B2. So the flow graph represents the control flow between these various blocks. So here you can find the third instruction is go to T5. So T5 is located in B3. So I have to draw a edge between B1 to B3. Then come to here, there is no more conditional or unconditional statements are there. So this is the flow of execution of the basic blocks. So this is the flow graph represented. More easily we can represent it as, so let us say this is my B1 which indicates this B1 and one entry point, then B2. So B2 consists only one instruction, T4 equal to A cross B, then B3. Here this is the B3. So this is the sequential order of execution is done in these particular blocks, and here we can find from B1 there is a loop or there is a edge to B3. Okay, then this is the exit point. So this is the basic flow graph representation. Here these nodes represent the basic blocks and this edges represents the control flow between these basic blocks, or the relation between, or how the control is going to move from one basic block to another basic block is represented with these edges. Okay, let us take another example. So this is the 3 address code given to me. So I want to numbering this 3 address code or this instructions as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So totally 10 instructions are given to us. Now my target is I want to construct these particular 3 address code instructions to basic blocks. So as per the rule number 1, identify the leader. This is the first step in the algorithm. What is the first point? First instruction is a leader. So this is to be a leader. Then come to the next point. The target of conditional or unconditional jump is a leader. So here there is a conditional statement. So if I less than 10, go to 3. So this must be a leader. Then here also go to 7. Some unconditional statement is there. So 7 is must be a leader. Fine. Next, the statement following the conditional or unconditional jump is must be a particular leader. So here this is a unconditional jump. So the instruction which is following this, it must be a leader. Here also it must be a leader. So now I am going to divide this into basic block, and remember that the first instruction of is a must be a leader. So this is my first block. This is the leader. So until the second leader, the entire thing is comes under the second block. So this is B1, this is B2. Next, here this is the leader, and immediately one more leader is there. So this is the one instruction comes under this block 3. And here it is the leader, and until the next leader, the entire instructions are must be kept in one more block known as B4. Next, finally, this is the last block as B5. For this, if I want to construct the flow graph, okay, so one entry and one exit, and here you can find if I less than 10, this is the 5th instruction, go to 3. That means check where is the 3 is. So here it is there. Okay. Now I want to construct the flow graph for this particular basic block. So first check any unconditional or conditional statements. Here one statement is there, go to 3. That means first I am writing the basic blocks B1, then B2, then B3, B4 and B5. So this is the entry and this is the exit. So first we have to draw the control flow like this. Then you can find from B2, if I less than 10, this is the 5th instruction, go to 3. But unfortunately 3 is existed in this particular block only. So we have to keep a self loop. Okay, now come to the next one. Here the 8th statement or 8th instruction is if j greater than 5, we have to go to 7. Where is the 7 is existed? That is also existed in the same block. So we have to keep a self loop. So this is the flow graph structure for this particular basic blocks. Okay, so let us move with the another example. So here a set of instructions are given which are in the 3 address code. So let us numbering this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So now we are moving with a new example. A set of instructions are given. So all these instructions are in the form of 3 address code. So now I want to construct the basic blocks from this 3 address code. So according to the algorithm, the first point is identify the leader. So the first instruction is the leader. So this is a leader. Then the target of conditional and unconditional statements is a leader. So here we found a unconditional statement. So if I less than 20, go to 5. So this must be a leader. Then here one another more is there, go to 7. So 7 must be the leader. Now come to the third point. The statement following the conditional or unconditional jump is a leader. So here the unconditional statement is there. So here the unconditional statement is there. So the instruction which is following that, it is also a leader. And here this is also a leader. Now I want to construct the basic block. So this particular lines are comes under block 1. Okay. So here the next leader is there. So these two lines are, or these two instructions are comes under the block 2. Then here one more leader is there. Until the next leader, the next block is B3. This is B3. Okay. Now here this is the another block. So this is B4. And the final one is B5. So this is another block. Okay. So totally 5 blocks. Now I construct the basic block from the given instruction. So for the first statement, this is the leader. So we know that every first statement of the basic block must be a leader. So here this is the leader, and for this block this is the leader. So I constructed the first basic block until the fourth instruction. Come to the second basic block, this is the leader, and again we found a leader in the basic block 3 for the instruction 7. So we kept these two instructions in the basic block 2. Now come to the basic block 3, we found the next leader at 10th instruction. So until 10th we kept this is in the third basic block. And come to the basic block 4, we found the next leader at 13th instruction. So until the 13th instruction we keep the 10th, 11th, 12th instruction in the basic block 4. And the final one is basic block 5. For these basic blocks, now I want to construct the flow graphs. So first one is B1, then B2, which represents the basic block 2, then B3, then B4, and finally B5. So these are the 5 basic blocks, 1 entry and 1 exit. Come to the conditional and unconditional statements. Here we found in the 9th instruction we found a unconditional statement as it, of course it is the conditional and unconditional statement. If I less than 20, go to 5. That means from this basic block 3 I have to move to the 5th instruction which is located in basic block 2. So from B3 I have to draw an edge from B3 to B2, because here in the 9th instruction there is a statement as if I less than 20 we have to go to 5. This 5th instruction is located in basic block 2. So block 2, so I drawn a edge between B3 and B2. Now come to the next one. Here in the 12th instruction one more unconditional, and of course the conditional or unconditional statement is there. Here if j less than or equal to 5 we have to move to 7. Irrespective of the result we have to move to 7. But 7 is existed in the basic block 3. 7 means the 7th instruction is located in the block 3. So from B4 I have to move to B3. That means I have to draw an edge between B4 to B3. So this is the flow graph representation for this particular basic block. So for the given 3 address code, first we have to construct the basic blocks. Depend upon this particular basic algorithm where we have to identify the leader first, then after identifying the leaders we are going to draw the basic blocks. After drawing these basic blocks, now we can construct the flow graphs. So in a flow graph which consists the edges and nodes. Here the nodes are represent the basic blocks and these edges represent the flow of control between the 2 basic blocks. Okay, thank you.